jumping into our show for tonight, and our first topic for tonight begins in the NBA. As I mentioned earlier, the NBA All-Star reserves were revealed last night, and these were the Western Conference All-Star reserves. You've got Anthony Davis, you've got Paul George, you've got Rudy Gobert, Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, as well as Zion Williamson. And then in the East, you have Jaylen Brown, James Harden, Zach LaVine, a first-time All-Star, Julius Randle, another first-time All-Star, Ben Simmons, as well as Jason Tatum and Nikola Vucevic round out the All-Star reserves in the Eastern Conference. But Sammy, before I get to you, I'm gonna give my thoughts on this. Just quick warning, my friend. This might last a while because I got like a whole piece prepared on why Devin Booker, not making the All-Star team, like initially getting voted into the All-Star team, is a big disgrace. But before I get into that, I want to, take a moment right now to recognize Julius Randle, Zach LaVine, Zion, and all of the first-time All-Stars that were selected. You look at what Julius Randle is doing right now for the New York Knicks. I mean, this guy's balling out. Julius Randle is balling out, and the New York Knicks are they're one of the big surprises right now in the Eastern Conference. They are competing for that 7th and 8th final spot in the East. Who could have ever seen that coming when the season first started? So props goes out to Julius Randle for the fantastic season that he's having, as well as also Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine, another first-time All-Star. This guy absolutely deserved to be an All-Star. He's right now, he's averaging close to 30 points a game, and he scored at least 30 points for the last 10 games he's played in. It's something that only Michael Jordan, the great Michael Jordan, has done as a Chicago Bull. It would have been criminal if Zach LaVine did not make the All-Star team, so I'm glad that he made the All-Star team. Jaylen Brown, another first-time All-Star. The guy's balling out as well. Him and Jason Tatum are combining for a fearsome duo with the Boston Celtics, and the Boston Celtics right now, even though they've half scuffled as of late, but still, Jaylen Brown is still putting up good numbers for the Celtics. And then you look in the West, Zion Williamson. I mean, this kid, everybody's saying that he's going to be the future of the NBA. I don't know about that. I think we got to hold off on that. But Zion's also putting up great numbers as well. So just want to recognize the first-time All-Stars in the West and the East. But, Sammy, when I look at this list, there is one glaring hole from this list, and that is Devin Booker. I know a couple of hours ago it was announced by Shams Charania and Woj that Devin Booker made it onto the team as an injury replacement for Anthony Davis, but still, I'm still upset because in my mind, there is no doubt that I believe Devin Booker should have been voted in to the All-Star team. The NBA showed last night that Devin Booker is public enemy number one. Devin Booker needs to get the hell out of Phoenix immediately and go to Los Angeles and rock the purple and gold and team up with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. I mean, it's really asinine why Devin Booker did not get voted in to the All-Star team this year. I mean, even guys like LeBron James and Damian Lillard, they were really shocked and ticked off that Devin Booker did not make the All-Star team. I think LeBron James tweeted after the All-Star reserves were revealed that Devin Booker is the most disrespected player in the NBA. And Damian Lillard also had some comments as well about, him being really upset that Devin Booker did not make the All-Star team. But the NBA should be flat out ashamed. They should be embarrassed, and they should be humiliated for leaving Devin Booker off the All-Star roster. Like, this is a damn disgrace, man. Devin Booker, like I said earlier, in my opinion, 1,000% deserved to make the All-Star team. For years, Devin Booker has been balling out. He's been putting up great numbers and all-star worthy numbers. And everybody was like, oh, Isaiah, Devin Booker doesn't belong in the all-star team because he's just stat padding on a bad team. Even though I didn't agree with those statements, because I thought that when you're judging whether or not a player is an all-star, it shouldn't be about what their team is doing. It should be about what the player is doing. I said, fine. You guys have a case. Let's see what happens when Booker finally starts winning. Let's see if Devin Booker finally gets the respect that he deserves. And, well, this season, coming off an 8-0 undefeated run in the Orlando bubble, Devin Booker has shown that that wasn't a fluke, and the guy has led Phoenix to a 20-10 record, which is their best start since 2010, and the Suns are currently 4th place right now in the loaded Western Conference while putting up the same all-star caliber numbers that he's been putting up each and every year he's been in the NBA, and the guy still gets left off the all-star team. What's your excuse now, NBA? Why don't you just admit it that you guys hate Devin Booker? I mean, that's the only reason why I can think of as to why Devin Booker is not an all-star. I guarantee you if Devin Booker was in, say, LA or Boston or like a big market instead of Phoenix, Devin Booker would be regarded as a top 10 player in basketball, and people would be singing his praises loud and clearly, and he would get a lot of he would be in talks a lot for MVP and other awards like that. But no, since he's in Phoenix, he's playing in a small market, and also since the guy doesn't really talk that much on the court or even off the court, he doesn't get any notoriety. And the NBA, they treat him like dirt, where they literally just stomp on him year in and year out. I mean, it's just absolutely sickening, man. And as a Devin Booker fan, it's just, super infuriating to see. And I just hope that, this thing it stops, because Devin Booker, let's face it, this guy is a monster on the basketball court. He's a lethal scorer on the basketball court, and it's just a shame that he doesn't get any respect whatsoever. And before I let you go, Sammy, another gripe that I have is with Chris Paul getting in over Devin Booker. I get that Chris Paul has had an unbelievable career, and he will one day be inducted into the Hall of Fame. But if there were one Phoenix Suns player that was supposed to go into the All-Star game, it should have been Devin Booker and not Chris Paul. Devin Booker is the alpha on the Phoenix Suns. He's like the Batman to Chris Paul's Robin. He's averaging 24 points per game to CP3's 16 points. People, they've told me, oh, Isaiah, but scoring shouldn't be the only reason why you get voted an all-star. I get that, and I agree. It shouldn't be the primary reason why a player gets voted an all-star, but it should be a major reason why a player gets voted an all-star. Choosing Chris Paul over Devin Booker just shows that the NBA, when it comes to choosing who's an all-star and who's not, it's just a popularity contest. It's about who's the biggest name, who rakes in the most money when it comes to jersey sales, and it's just really sad that that's what becoming an NBA all-star is now based upon. The NBA, I believe, did Devin Booker really dirty last night. It's absolutely outrageous. And if I'm Devin Booker, I have a mammoth chip on my shoulder right now. And I really hope that this lights a fire in Devin Booker, and the guy goes out and balls out and scores 50 or 60 points against all the West teams and the coaches in the West who are responsible for picking the reserves in the Western Conference for just absolutely disrespecting him. I mean, Devin Booker, I really hope you do that, because that's the only way you're going to be able to get the respect that you deserve. But